Welcome to my game development stream. First in this year, so happy new year. First I start my development in my environment, then I play one round of my game and then I decide what I work on today. First day starting takes a bit. One command in the terminal, few lines to appear. It's ready. And time passed since I last worked on it. I can play whatever. I was working on mice modifiers last time. It's ready so I can play it once in the browser. Lost for me. Let's start fresh. Delete all my data. Okay, I start with sniper. I'm the guy in the middle. The sides are enemies. If I come closer to them, they attack me. The bar above my head is my HP. If it reaches 0, I die. And if I die, I get a high score based on how far away from the middle I died. I play until I die. I get stronger the more I kill, and enemies get stronger the further away I am from the middle. And this was a short introduction. Now I just try to get as far as possible. Enemies can't. Attack range of enemies is not high enough, so as a sniper can just shoot them from the distance at the start. Change soon. I take damage and minus ranges upgrade. Additional charge. Okay, 8,000 distance already. Still easy. Thousand distance. My take. Terrain bounce is too difficult. After image, I don't like it in this case. Oh. Multiple directions. Cut distance. Okay. Next boss. Let's die. No, mist chain is. I don't. I want it. I don't think so. Even though it's take more rifles. Take another speed. Okay. 15k distance. This boss, another minus range, I don't know. The other ones are don't want terrain bounce. I think it makes it too hard with minus range. Quartz shot. Half range would. I try it, I guess. Minus cooldown. Okay, I do a lot of damage, but my range. Need more range for the king fight. So I won't get too much more. Maybe the second one is a mistake. Also I do a lot of damage. Another one, I can't take it. Another after image. This takes a slow trail. Okay. Guess. There's the king area. Guess I try with short distance, short range. I think it will be difficult. Let's wait for one more boss and then let's see. Spawn. There he is. And stay still. The strong mod. Hard. I take it. It's cool. Okay. Let's try to get. Should be a good position. Now I lost my. Okay, enough damage per second. I think I count damage per second on fight start. So with strategy set up, I think it's fine that I use it. Let's see. Most should be, yes, damage and range. Stay still 16%. It's fine. Think a bit, but I think this is all fine. Achievements finished. Distance, yes. Killer boss, killer king, yes. Achievements. Okay, I think everything worked out correct. Do I work on today? Increase version first. I think in main. So, okay. 326 today. Let's game. By game, I think I clicked it. So next thing I work in progress. Maze copy to map so I can see it. I remember maze placing blocking tiles, not creating solvable mazes. Okay. I remember. I need to enable it again and create the state where I see the maze. I did close cursors. I Move this one here. It's moved. Now I should have the mace here. I need to die once more. Now I have my mace here. So the idea was that there's no solve yet. And I think I still print out my values object. Goal not reachable true, so it's not reachable. But my data says, did it say? I don't. This was a solve where I have 3 loops, only 3. 3 reachable loops. Here you would see no, no. Can I click without clicking? Okay. So this is still not a choice. Interesting. Here's the first choice. This is one loop. And if I kill him, it starts, but immune, I can ignore it. It's the first choice. Second loop. Back, next choice. Next choice. It's back to first loop. Both are, okay, this are 3 loops, I guess. Hi, Zaif. Happy New Year. That was interesting. It's also bounded by a slippery ground. Yes, okay, he can turn. Got a fish tank. Fish farm? I mean fish farm, I guess. Okay. Now I have to think ahead. Maze copied, yes, I can delete this reminder. Okay, I don't have solvable mazes, which was the problem. So how do I did create mazes currently? Maze blocking one. Okay, I remember. Don't want to be a fish tank expert. The fish tank and start the first form of your future career. Okay, I don't think I understand yet, but doesn't matter. Create maze. I create an empty maze. I solve it? No, do I place already? No, I have an empty maze. I solve the maze. It's not escapeable, is I think, which I check here. And it's not escapable, I place some tiles somewhere in. it takes a failing loop ID and I place a block on a random tile at least distance away. Random tile here, I put the random tile. Okay. Now this is not working. I'm not escapeable. Maybe I should care for solvable first. I'm unsure. I have to think a bit. Okay, solve. And something bigger this year, make an ecosystem in the tank. Or food yourself. Ecosystem experiment. Okay, interesting. Then good luck. I don't know how much food can be made in a fish tank, but at least fish are possible. Hmm. For now, just tiny, useless fish. Okay, but it's a start. Something bigger. So good luck. I have a counter for 100 here. And counter. Take a still something feels off. Or something I don't remember how I thought about this problem. Tile 2. Tile 1 is the random tile index tile. Tile 2 is tile index plus a counter. Ah, this is a loop corner tile. This is the random tile. So if I have a row corner tile, I have a random tile. And why did I need the sign? Because I have to know the offset. Still not remembering. Tile X. The position. It's left or right. And you're learning about fishes, okay. How to grow them. Learn about it, okay. Still unsure about the sign. Random distance. Because I don't use tile 2 anymore. Okay. Random distance. Tile 2 is not a random tile? Tiles. What's the loop tiles? Ah, because I go loops. I take the first and the second one tile and the tile after it in the loop. Did this work? Didn't this create problems? It's not always in loop direction. Make useful ecosystems for food production and land. Yes, sounds interesting. Something I misremember. Let's see one solve. I think this was a solve. I have not tiles, but tiles. These are only two. This is a loop of 9, 13, 4, 7, 13, 7. Okay, I made it in order. So the loop is now always... There's no connection. Yes, there's a connection. But the loop is not always a loop. The last and the first don't connect. I think this is still what would happen. Would place... Did it fail? Random tile index goes 2 tiles. I think I have to reduce it by 1. Else it will fail. I have an order? No, no, no. I think it's still incorrect. I think this cannot be 6, 12. Yes, it breaks here and from here. So it's not actually not possible to do what I do here. It's your career and your first step. Yes, sounds all helpful and like a good path to take for it. Now back here. think I have to think about I create my maze differently. Ting, taking a tile, then guessing the direction. I could do it differently. I could check for which side is blocked and then know. So could still, but okay, I have to assume. Does my maze creation not work because of these mistakes, or does it not work because it cannot result in a solve? I think it cannot result in one. So I should try to. Should I try? It's, should I throw it away? Can I use it? I think I would. It will help me later. Goal not reachable. I think I am interested in this one, but just tells one thing, I guess. Can do tell me both information. Just returns a failing loop ID. I could also try to return both. Tile reachable. Next tile working tile. Tile right, tile left. I don't remember. Do I have to stop? Tile in solve? I understand. Check tile is the goal tile. So if my tile is in, return true. Yes, correct. Next tile before blocking tile. So I go from the check tile in all directions, and if. Okay, I understand this correct. It's tile reachable, I remember. Doesn't matter, so I can turn both. Make let failing ID is number undefined. It starts as undefined. Here I set failing loop ID to I, and now I could do I return reachable end is undefined. It's true, else it's failing loop ID. This, it's this way. So now I have both information. So now I can act on goal not being reachable. Uh, let's put it here and put here the else. This needs rework, as cannot take not take on and corner and next corner, not all ordered. Okay, I will remember. This is a to do, and here I want place king tile, but the goal is not reachable. Would need to know. I solve it based on, and I cannot go from this direction. Don't have the information. Hmm. This is a problem. I solve it based on see is escapeable. You only hear me say tile. I can show it to you, but it's not easier. I want to build a maze, and the part is how can I? No, I am fast. That this is sliding, so I cannot move. I only slide in this direction, and so I only slide until the next blocking tile, which is a tree. So until a tree stops me. And now, as I can only slide in horizontal or diagonal direction, I want to create a maze which I can reach the middle. And this should be randomized, so it's always a different maze. And now I need to know how I place trees in a way that I create a random maze which can be solved. So currently I tried one version, but it's not resulting in a solvable maze. I cannot reach the middle. And I know it just stopped because I failed. So I say is goal not reachable is true. So it's not reachable. It should be reachable. There's still something. And now it's all about where I place trees or which map tile is sliding over a tree. And this is complicated. Okay, back to only saying tile. I have my loops, I solve it based on escapable loops. I start solve it in. Understand nothing. Perfect. Mm. I think it starts empty. I have something. Solve I put in starts. No, solve maze. Solve it. Okay, now I understand. I check loop. Init loop solve. Here I start with the entrance tile. If I start with the goal tile, then I can generate based on the goal. Can place blocking tiles, trees based on the goal. To think, but I have to check loop. Initial loop tile and tiles. Check in all directions, I guess. Yes. Does this help? Check loop. This is my loop choices. I start with a choice, don't I? Consider the first point to be reachable point. Interesting. So I cannot use the goal tile, I guess. This tile is blocking. Okay, the Qn tile should not be blocking. Correct. One direction is not. I go it. Okay, I don't have anything here. Does this create? An ID? Have here the Qt tile. I shift there new. And it. So it would just be 1 point. Should I be able to return undefined? I think currently my IDs are in order. I have to think a lot more. Can currently not solve check the loops based on the goal tile. I I here if I savable next capable, I check is tile reachable. It just doesn't check from. This is not quite correct. Is tile reachable? Just check. Is tile part of solve? Seems I have to start change a lot more than I thought. I need to think more. Or I can find a way the other direction. I don't think I get. So I could try. I also check escape able. Maybe I should. This. If it takes the loops and flags them, only the loop 0 is flagged as escapable because this is a initial loop. Which means I check if entrance tile is in, and then I check me the ID. Based on this, I everything. Sounds like a plan, but not good enough. Okay, let's maybe game task. Is your next one? This is my task. I want to structure code. No, wrote code. I need maze based on goal tile. Check is escape able solve able, and I need to put tile on loop. Do I can I create some map of tiles which are part of slide loop? Think a bit. I don't put it on tiles which are part, can I still solve it? Not of goal ching loop. This I don't understand. Can do this. I need to think more. I have the goal tile. I check, can I reach it? No, I put the tile so I can. Think a bit more. If I if not put tile, how do I place my blocking tile, my tree? If I have a may solve based on the gold tile, so I don't know if I have the twins in here. See, currently I always would most likely. This case I have something. No, this is incorrect. Backwards searching is different. Here I have. I get into here. The goal. This is, if I search backwards, it's more complicated. Solve based on goal tile backwards. It's different. So I would see goal tile. No, there's something. So here. I'm confused. This doesn't exist, so I'm here. Because there's no top or bottom, this is not reachable. Loop is my loop. Do I still register it? So for the gold tile I find tile and I start with this tile. I'm on this tile. Can go down, left choice, and have a choice. And choices. It's my loop, my starting loop. Here I can reach the exit, the entrance. And I would generate, have the entrance loop ID. Should save it. But I cannot reach the gold tile. Then I need to check the loop which can reach the gold tile. Complicated, complicated. Reaching. Back. It's not quite backwards. It's backwards only for the gold tile. Gold tile. So if I then I could place. If I place something somewhere, does it help me? Say I would have this tree. This would not be part of. This would not create a loop yet. Bad. So I need to search backwards. So it would be here, 1. I have this tree and this tree. Let's think about it. Where it's direct, but no follow. Which means here I have here goal reaching path. I only care for one. Think a bit more. I need to think a lot more, I guess. Something doesn't add up yet. In here I get. See if I start. No. One single tree. Stuck. So I didn't know on high. I thought fix this that he can on 2 corners. Now it worked. The sliding does not push 2 corners correctly. No? Okay. Interesting. But this feels off. Yeah, it doesn't matter now. Try. No. No, not a new maze. I thought I did new mazes on each start. I generate. It's always the same? I'm confused. Let's verify. Create maze. When do I create maze? One init maze. When do I init maze? One game init. Sounds right, I should. The random seed did not change yet. Did I not use it? Should have used it. Because it's only one? No, it should already have used the random tile. Create maze. I say maze. Continue log. Turn maze. Creates a maze. I makes output. I'm confused. The one tree. Ah, I'm the idiot. I changed the code already. It no longer cares. Down this tree because it's blocking +3 on Y. I don't know why. Interesting. There's no reason to. Other than testing purposes. I comment it out for now. I to order this other direction again because I want to see some examples. Is it here correct? Didn't follow. One more down. No? Type of object. Oh, both is object. Correct. Okay. Now it should be back to at least something is generated. Meet sheets. No? Nothing. Should have a loop. I'm more confused. Something is off. Would have expected tiles to be placed already. Do I have a failing loop ID in my solve? Don't know. Step through it. I have a solve. It's a result which I don't put out. Failing loop ID is undefined. This might be the problem. And let's go in here. I did change something. Escapable loops. I don't have an escapable loop. Aha. So I don't have a failing loop ID. It's also a problem. Care for escapable. So I can escape it from every loop. If I now want to make it solvable, I have to place a blocking tile here. If I think a bit more. If I have my empty maze, if I start, let's say 3, can place blocks, follow it. Remember each block I slide it over. So I have a tile which makes it solvable. So I go here, I check. Can this be solved? So go actually no, I place one more tile. Random tile, I take random direction. But I want 3, let's say, at least. Yeah, I think I have a new strategy. A place. Maybe just 5 tiles. Remember which tile is still open. So this is if I place a tree here. Maybe I need paint for it. Okay, let's paint, GNU. See if my VM likes it. Image. I have my empty maze. I put it in. Perfect. Now I have this GNU layer, temp layer. Okay, I paint on this. So currently here's entrance, here's a goal. is what I want to reach. I currently, based on slide, I can slide here, 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 but there are no blocking tiles at the side, so I cannot reach it. So I would take a random direction. Let's go left. So I have here my sliding tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I randomize. Let's say I take this. I randomize again and place on top. So here will be now a blocking tile. Another tree. Now my full path would be I start from here. This tile I already be able to solve because now I here and it can be solved. That's too easy. But I have this tile, so I continue after here. I should realize this is a sliding path. See, I can reach the entrance, which I do not want. It's this part because this is part of the second iteration. I now have to take a random tile. What's this? Random tile from this path. What's this? So I have to take this out. Oh no, and I have to remember these already used tiles, I guess. Selection. So here is my path in use. I would putting one down here is also not correct, because this would enable to reach this. Does this mean I have to block all this? Can I block? Let's say I block this now. I have also to block this line. Blocking it. This doesn't feel right. Cannot place on this one. I shouldn't place tiles so I can reach this. Okay, let's remove this. I take only this is. I am not allowed to place a tile on these, because this is used for reaching the goal. I have 3 parts. I could randomize all are long enough. It's long enough. Cannot place it here on the place here tile. Would be stuck. I cannot at least here. So this is also not correct. Don't place. I place. Take a tile and then I would move left or right. So here or here would be fine. Okay. And this be fine? If I no, if I can reach one, I should have to. I think I have to put it on here on the last, because it would give a different option. So I have to get the last. I see it's reaching the entrance. I cannot With this tile, it reaches the entrance. It's already over. If I would have to place a tile on it. So I would need 2 tiles to prevent it. Now it's this way would can do it like this. Block it off. So I can no longer reach the entrance. Now moved. Now I wanted it. I can now okay, now it's this tile. This would mean here are no choices. It's not a choice. And it would be solved here. Still confused. The algorithm should solve it. I did not. I cannot choose. It's always here I can choose, but here it's obvious. It would not be obvious. I cannot guarantee. Make it difficult, I guess. So first I can try to make working one, I guess. Let's say I place only this one and then I already see can solve it. But maybe my difficulty score will be too low. I can I can get stuck, so it would not be escapable yet. Place a block and then it's no longer solvable. First block worked, so after it if this can I detect this block as a choice block? I guess yes. It's somehow very difficult. I didn't find a simple way to generate a maze based on sliding. Maybe a simple one is I need. Maybe I just increase the size, which makes it a bit difficult in the end. Okay, I will try. Start small. Now I first solve based on the gold tile. I see there is no tile to reach it. Single tile loop this be. Then I know not reachable. Okay, I think the task for today is solve maze based on gold tile backwards. And that's it. Okay, too much thinking today. Rest I keep. I remember why I have this, but if I put it in, I would again just try have some placed tiles, yes. Here and here, it should not, yes, there might be a solution. Let's see. It's goal is not reachable, he says. Here, and I'm already stuck. Okay, it's not reachable. Correct, only one loop. Also what he says, 4 tiles, yes, exactly what I came to. Let's now solve the maze. In the maze solving, I want check loop based on gold tile. Init loop solve. I init it on gold tile. Solve the loop. The loop will be pushed. I will while over it. Why? Init loop solve. Check loop will turn. May solve loop, which will mean I have just one tile and no choice tiles. As far do I have choice tiles? I cannot go in any direction. You should have a single choice tile. The init loop solve. Push it. Do I push something? Check choices in loop. I have one in here. Check, take it out. If I have choice tiles, no, I don't have. Shifted it so it's now empty and it's done, and return loop will now turn nothing. What happened? Choice tiles. I am confused. It's not what I expected at all. I have no, I still went over the algorithm. I wanted to stop sooner. Du-du. Think I wake? Wake, I solve, I break. Why? I break here. Is my break creating this error? Yes. I. I why does he complain here if I break? No, I can ignore, I guess. Now I got choice tiles. 10-10 I have. What is a choice tile? 10-10 is a choice tile. This is indeed. This is not correct. So my solve maze doesn't work. Check loop. Or because I consider it to not blocking and not blocking. Need one blocking tile. I check. Directions for blocking tile. Not a corner. Why? Okay, I guess I do. I have quintile tiles. Initial loop tile, initial loop tile. So I check this initial loop tile. This is not blocking. And initial loop tile. Blocking. I would turn undefined. He doesn't allow it. Defined. I plus minus and plus minus. So if no tile is blocking, have nothing. Now I would need to have two places where I use it. Solve maze. Oops. If init loop solve, I would push these two And if it's empty, and this is a new loop, I can do the same. If new loop. This is strange if I don't have it. So now I would expect failing loop ID. I don't have one. It's empty. This is correct. This is what I wanted to see. I solve it based on gold tile is empty. So I don't have a failing. But now I want to place a tile because my search is it incorrect? Cannot take this tile as this tile is blocking. No, initial loop tile. Check all directions, none is incorrect. So now it just tells me there's no direct corner, so nothing to solve. I have to go into a direction, say top right, bottom left, and see if I find a blocking tile. Left, right. Oh god. On which I could start my thingy. Everything is still off. Guess not much progress today. I think more. This is correct for not correct tile for checking the loop. So I could, instead of initial loop tile, I put in an initial tile. I check. Could go up this one tile. Don't think this is correct. Want to have let's say go up. I miss. I'm just the first tile in. Backwards. Can I? I have the empty. Still the empty thing. Now I need to know. I start with this tile. I cannot get any loop because I'm not a corner tile, so I break. But now if I had and it's this tree here, this blocking tile. If I had this, I would the ones I find. I start with this tile. It's not a loop for this part. I want to take, let's move it here. Now I want to take this. I want not to start with this loop, because this gives me the choice. This and the choice for this loop. This would be generated. If I don't have it, so up down is this is not how I can I check who can reach the goal. This is the goal loop. This is these two are my which have the goal. The two. Should I stop there? I don't find this one which I could add on. I want to. I now get better understanding. This is the one I want to search because it connects to the goal tile. I think more. If I search backwards is more complicated, but I need to search backwards to know the options I have to reach the goal tile, so the backwards search is more complicated. Should I check loop? Do I check loop backwards maybe? If I check loop backwards, I would start with these loops. I don't search the after it. I search if there is a loop. Like this tile. This I want backwards. I stop. Okay. Information do I want in the backwards solve? The goal tile loop? This may solve to definition. I think I want as tile on is gold tile on loop boolean, and it's optional, so only when it's to set it. Now I check loops backwards. Check loop backwards. This is fine. Is it? Probably currently breaks everything. Maybe move it again. But it don't care for now. Okay, he cares. I can just return undefined for now. I still wake without placing anything. I want currently work in progress is solve maze backwards. Okay, I have this solve. I have the initial tile. I go over open tiles. Just copy for now to see. Over open tiles. Initial loop tile. I check. Have a tile pile? Yes. I from open tiles, I take it. I solve tiles, find in it. Check if it's already part of my solve tiles. Then I would not need to iterate on it. This is 2. We are now backwards. If I already check loop backwards. Check loop is only one loop. Something is not adding up if I do it backwards. Have this loop. Then I want to check loop, get loop back. Is it? It's still the first tile. Thinking doesn't add up again. Start with this tile. Have 2 loops here. But I don't want to have choices here, but I don't want to care for the choices in this solve. I want to find the choices. And this doesn't add up. So I cannot have to go on more back. I to solve maze backwards, not check loop backwards. Maybe. So I have this point. I have choices. I ignore these choices. So I'm on this point. I go in each direction until it's the blocking tiles. Now I have 2 loops. So I need the initial. This tile is not. So I need initial tiles. Okay, I do solve maze backwards. Cons loop, let's init solve. This is no longer correct. I solve my. So I want basically const initial tiles. Initial. Is this corner tiles? The initial tiles is not enough. It in. For initial tiles or beginning tile. But if I do this, it could also work for solve maze. And check loop. Maybe this will also work for. So currently I believe I start with a corner tile, which makes the solve maze possible. If I do not, solving backwards will be different. Let's drink a bit. Solve maze backwards. Wait, do maze gold tile. Maze tile is blocking. This tile blocking. Is this what I need? Yes, this is what I need. Don't care for the counter. Maybe this is what I can get done today. Function have my scroll tile. So these two. And I think it's the position, the gold tile. Yes, it's the position. In beginning tile, the position. I want to return positions or undefined. Turn undefined. Let's see. Get initial loop tiles for beginning tile. Think more. I put in the gold tile and now I need initial tiles. Here I have my gold tile. I use the entrance tile. And I want to check loop, but I will want to do the backwards version then, because and it will not be the init. Okay, I'm not here yet, so I just care for initial tiles. And this might be all I want for today. Let's see. Initial tiles. I have initial tiles for the loop. I won't do choices. Okay, I go based on the beginning tile in all directions. Top, bottom. I only need one. The loop for it. So top and left. By which I add once initial tiles. Let's call it more corner tile. Array that starts as empty. Check something like this. Tile. I want, let's go top. Left. -1. This is beginning tile. This tile is blocking beginning tile. Tile left. Does it return? Position. I should find a tile. I have to have a tile, okay. So I expect the tile to return. Initial corner tiles, I push it, I guess. Snow. And the same for tile top. Okay. Top go here -1. Push tile top, and now I return tile. Somehow it's easier than I thought. Is this correct? call solve maze. Now maze backwards. This doesn't do anything yet, but I should see something in the log. This one? 10 and 10 4. This is correct. Now I want currently to check loop. Do I do it for both tiles? Does this allow undefined? Currently, yes. Can I have an undefined? Can I have an undefined? Don't think so. Remove it. So let tile of initial tiles. Check loop. Doesn't quite work yet. I think this is what I removed. So I will check loop on tile. This is init loop solve. I push loops and I have choices in loop. This is not what I want. Backwards. This will be the backwards version, which currently doesn't do much. Do the initial version. I think this is what I still out. I have my tiles and I check loops based on tiles. For 10 to 1610, this is correct. I have 2 choice tiles. This is correct, but I don't want the choice tiles. I believe. Let me think. Because I want to do it backwards. And if I do it backwards, I don't care about the choice tiles, I care about finding a tile in which a choice leads to this path. If I do, either this already exists and I connect it up or not and okay. So initial tiles I can probably remove. I don't want to add backwards. Let's do backwards and see what happens. Check glue. I don't care for choice tiles, but the rest could be the same. Let's try. I take the Qn tile. And don't do the choice. See. And at the end, I return the solve. And I think I have no undefined. Now backwards is maybe the wrong word, but it's for backwards. So I don't add the choice tiles here. Next, I want to place my blocking tile before I had here one. Now I want to move it one to the left. So I put this tile -3, -2, -2, -2, -2, 1, 2. Should be here. Let's verify. I have nothing, that is correct, and I have this. Okay. And now the backward search should find this loop. Loop D1. My backwards. I push them. Yeah, I go over choices, but I have to check backwards, I guess. Here I have this value. I need to call it differently. Check backwards. Check backwards. I push them in here. So now I file over them, take one out, did I do? No, I'm not correct in here. I'm in here. Okay. F backwards and shift and choice check. Was my time to come to an end? I don't think I will finish this today, so to do continue here. What is my check backwards? Find if there is a tile which can choose it. There is a tile which is part of another loop which can reach this loop. Okay, this is my to-do. Solve game task. Solve maze backwards pattern. Continue in. Okay. Disable it. I still have my Don't want an error. I care. I comment it out. Seems not enough comment. Oh, he's happy. I disable eyes one. It's maybe I don't play next time so I don't lose my state. It's already lost. It's one test replays. I'm only interested in the first one. Good enough. This breaks. Worked, so I'm happy. I guess I stop here for today. Work in progress. Maze. Ice maze. Slight maze generation. It's not a push. Nothing changed. I didn't make real progress, but I remembered should not have closed this. Here. Here's where I activate it next time. Here is I have my task where I continue next time. I most likely will continue tomorrow, so better remember it better, so maybe more progress next time. Then I end for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.